Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is, I think it's 3 in the afternoon in the UK, but I am on 7:45 in the morning here. I'm just getting things done before I head off to the convention centre. So today is day one. Yesterday was just phenomenal. Like, yesterday was at sort of our leadership, our VIP group, and it was emotional. Like, I went through so many different emotions yesterday. Like, I'm just so grateful to obviously be here, waving the flag for the UK market and our European girls, but just spending that quality time with the top leaders within the global brand, and just going to Derek's home and connecting with Shalane and Derek and the corporate staff, and just hearing their personal messages just really hit home yesterday that the past 10 years truly has been a warm-up. And it's mad for me to say that, because the past 10 years has been absolutely 360 on my life. Like, I'm going to get emotional again now. God, I can't cope. The past 10 years has just been an absolute... It's been like a transformational 10 years for me. Like, it's mad when I think back, 'cause just think, in moments where, maybe something happens and it's not quite in line with what I want for myself, I always kind of go back to when life was at rock bottom. I don't know why it does that, but it's like I'm emotional. I'm an emotional person. I'm deeply connected to my emotions. And when life's not aligning for me, it pulls me back there for a minute. I mean, I've got stronger now where I don't do it as often, and I still remember how I felt. How I felt when my life was just a mess. I was at rock bottom, living in government funded accommodation with damp up the walls, was a mum for the first time, my relationship was a mess, it was toxic, and I still remember how I felt. And I think that's one of the reasons why I do what I do, and I'm here as an advocate to help other women that maybe are in that same position as what I was in 10 years ago. I don't want any woman to ever feel like that, like worthless, like they can't amount to anything, like the life literally is a write-off. Like, that's what I felt. I felt like my life was a write-off. And it wasn't just a moment. Like now I have moments where I go back to how I felt then. Back then, it were months. It were months of feeling worthless, overwhelmed at life, constantly questioning who I was and what my life was. And then, I stumbled across this business and I just thought, what's the worst thing that can happen? What is the worst thing that can happen? My life is literally a bag of shit right now. I've got no direction. I'm unhappy. Like, I've got to do something. And I was up most nights, ladies, praying for a solution. I was looking for a way out of where my life was. I wasn't a complete loss at that point. I kept myself up most nights thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And I was praying for a solution. Yeah, I cried most nights. I fell asleep in tears most nights because I couldn't see. I couldn't see a clear vision for myself, but I just knew that I needed my life to change. You know, and then I stumbled across Younique. And 10 years ago, I'm sweating in this jacket. It's so warm out here. It's like 40 degrees in Utah. We're in the desert. I stumbled across the business, and it was, you know, it was literally just a European flag, an English flag. And it said, Younique is coming to the UK. Didn't really tell me anything else. And I thought, it's worth a look in. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You know, that's what I just do all the time. That's not what I think. So I started doing the research, and I spoke to this woman who's my sponsor over in America, and she said to me, it's coming to the UK, we just don't know when. So I was like, right, well, what do I need to do? Like, tell me what I need to do. Like, I'm ready to, like, give me everything, like, everything, whatever you want. And ladies, I shocked myself because I genuinely didn't think what I didn't know what I was capable of. I've never done anything like this before. But I shocked myself at what I was capable of. You know, the passion, the drive, the work ethic was there from day one. You know, and I know that the driving force was the cot in the corner of the room with Leo in there staring at me. You know, and it wasn't just about me anymore, you know. I had this baby. You know, I needed to level up, you know, if I was going to change my life, change my circumstances, get out of government funded accommodation, go, you know, have a career, that I was going to have to make big moves. Like, I was going to have to make big moves. And I do believe the universe sets us on our path for the right reasons. If you're going through a really deep, dark time at the moment, you know, and you're thinking to yourself, why me? Do me a favour, just say try me instead, because that was the attitude that I went in on. So I didn't have the confidence, I didn't have the skill set necessarily, but I was willing to be the hardest worker, and I was the hardest worker. And that's why we generated what we generated all those years ago. And I'm still getting paid residuals from the work that I did in 2014, which is just mind-blowing. So, you know, you've got to let go of the excuses, ladies. Like, I could have had so many excuses when I started my business. I'm riddled with anxiety. You know, I was on medication for anxiety and depression. I had no money in the bank. In actual, I was minus. I was living in the government-funded accommodation with damp up the walls. I was a mum for the first time. My relationship was breaking down. But I still managed to find that little glimmer of hope within the mess. That one little glimmer of hope. And I got to work. So, if you are sat in this group and you're thinking to yourself, same thoughts as what I was, I want to just speak to you on that personal level right now, is that you really don't need to have the confidence or your life together, your shit together, to start a business. In actual fact, this business saved me. It saved me from a really dark time where, you know, I could have took a different path. You know, I don't hide away from the fact that I'm an ex-drug addict. I don't hide away from the fact that, you know, I've made some wrong decisions in my life that led me to almost not being here. And that's why I'm on this sort of spiritual awakening, this deep, you know, connection to the universe, because it's helped me get through some of my darkest moments. And it all lies from being, you know, a child, being abused. And then also, you know, the bullying with my facial paralysis, it all led me to taking, you know, the wrong paths. But we all have an opportunity to rewrite our stories. You know, what's for us right now isn't necessarily what's going to be for us in 5 years, 10 years from now. And I'm hoping that my personal story shows that if you're determined and you're willing to get to work on yourself, then you can change your circumstances. You can rewrite your story. It doesn't have to be what it is right now. And this business was so much more than just making money for me. It was an opportunity for me to step into my power. You know, it was an opportunity for me to level up in my life and to take ownership of my future. That actually, if I wanted big changes to happen, that I was going to have to step up and make those changes, that nobody was going to come and rescue Katie Amer. You know, we can only rescue ourselves. And it's been a really emotional journey, and it kind of just hit home yesterday at Derek's that some people never find their true passion in life because they just put these barriers up. You know, they walk around with their eyes closed to the potential. And that's why I was emotional yesterday. It wasn't because of me thinking, oh, the next level for me, even though that's amazing. It was all of these women that are in the business now, or women that I'm inspiring to come and take that first step. I got emotional because I knew that it was going to unlock something pretty special for all those women that actually you may potentially see the vision a lot clearer than what I did. You know, I was just stumbling my way through the first few years, you know, just failing forward. And to everybody on the outside, it was, wow, look at what she's doing. But I was failing forward. My business just absolutely rocket shipped. And I was sat there scratching my head going, fuck. I'm going to need to really get my shit together now. You know, I'm going to really have to step up, and because all these women are relying on me for inspiration, motivation, drive, the tools. And I didn't know what I was doing. And I just had a moment of clarity at Derek's thinking, we know what we're doing. We've got the right team in corporate that are delivering us with the exceptional products that are going to be take the beauty industry by storm. We've got the CEO who's got 10 years experience in the network marketing, social selling space right now. He had no experience. He didn't even know that he wanted to launch Younique as a beauty company. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you've got the leadership. Loyal leaders. Leaders that have not swayed from one thing to another. That are dedicated on the mission of Younique, which is uplift, empower and validate women worldwide. And I think that we do that. Especially European markets, English market. You girls are phenomenal. And you are the next top level leaders. You know, I was envisioning all of your faces up on that wall of influence. Madja, I can see your name. I know your name is going to be in lights one day. Aggie, I know your name is going to be in lights one day. Just two of the ladies that come to mind because I can see you on the live right now. Lucy Preston, Paula Smith, Jenny Graham, Jen Alexander. Yeah? Like Leanne Murphy, 1000%. Loyal leaders that are here, waving the flag, pushing forward through the aches and pains that business is supposed to make you feel. It's not supposed to be plain sailing all the time. We get our strength from the most difficult times in our life and in business. It arms us for the next step. And I know the next step is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. That sun is so bright, Utah. I love you. Like, when I look outside, it's just mountains everywhere. Like, how can you not feel connected? Like, when you're just surrounded by so much beauty. It's just, there's beauty around us all. We've just got to go and find it. You know, and I'm just envisioning that wall of influence and unveiling all of your faces. All of those loyal leaders that have been through the rough and smooth. Your time is coming. Your time is coming. And I cannot wait to celebrate all your success. So I want you guys to dig deep and really figure out why you're here. What is it that you want to achieve? And times it by 3, like Danny Lee said in the room on Saturday. Times it by 3, because what we do as women is we like to stay comfortable. You know, it's like anything. I've got this pillow on me. You know, it's that comfort. We like comfort. It's what we do. We live for it. You know, we'll sit watching TV with the blanket on and our robes. Yeah, we like the comfort. But I want you to feel uncomfortable when you're setting your next goal, because then you'll work differently. Your energy and your aura will be different. You'll come more attractive on social media. I've felt it whilst I've been out here. I've felt it whilst I've been doing the 90-day run. I'm seeing it within all of you who are doing the 90-day run. But ultimately, when you are more consistent online and your energy is high and your excitement shines through, you know, I say it, your personality needs to be cranked up on social, because we've got 7 seconds to really connect with our audience. And it's the same with our goals. We have to crank them up. Turn them right up where it makes you feel sick to your stomach when you read the goal. And again, ask yourself the question, what I ask myself all the time: what's the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that can happen is that you achieve the lower goal, the one that you set your heart to anyway. But you know what the best thing that happens? You get the top goal that you put in there. Because you're working differently, you're working smarter in your business, you're showing up with different energy. And it's more attractive. Trust me, it works. Trust me, it works. So, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to be able to pour into you girls. And I just want you all now to go out and share the link for General Session 2 with as many women as you possibly can, with my story in the back of your mind. Who do you care about? Who in your market right now inspires you? Who do you want to work with? Who needs this business? Ask yourself these questions and go and find those women, and let's get them locked in to our community. Get them registered on the link for tomorrow, and let's ensure that nobody misses this next train. Years like this don't come around often. You know, when I think back to my experience, 2014 was the catapult. It was the rocket ship. It allowed me to become the woman that I am today. We're now 10 years in. We're having another rocket ship, another catapult. We don't want any woman to miss out on the opportunity that is ahead of us, and it is ahead of us over the next few months. That's when we really want to knuckle down and you know, get this new message of Younique out to the world. We are deliberately different. We are making bold changes, but these changes are to pivot and adapt with the times. You know, network marketing, social selling, affiliate branding is a thing of the future. You know, women are now looking for ways to make money from home, around the commitments, to be able to work from anywhere in the world and to be paid lucratively. And what I mean by lucratively is a very high percentage on your personal input. And ladies, affiliate marketers have never seen a percentage like what we are offering. And it's going to be extremely appealing to, you know, women of influence, women who are building brands already through social media. It's going to be extremely appealing for them. And we're launching the revolutionary patent pending products that is going to take the beauty industry by storm. It's an incredible product. I wear it daily. I've seen an increase in volume, length, definition and curl, and it's hitting so many avenues in one swipe. So it's a big one. It's big, it's bold, it's deliberately different. It's the message that we are putting out there to the world, and you're going to be absolutely impressed when you get your hands on it. So I am going to love you and leave you for today. Remember, ladies, you can actively put women who are interested into this community. This is your community now to build the next wave of community. We want absolutely thousands of women in this group. Thousands of women locked in, ready. So let's get after it. Let's get as many women in as we possibly can. No, Linda, it will not replace. We are the leaders of lashes. All of our lashes bring in different things. You know, we have a massive lash range already. But this is an add-on. But it will quickly become the best-selling product that we've had to date. Guaranteed. So, without further ado, I am going to love you and leave you. I've got things to do. Hair to wash. People to see. Connections to make. Messages to send out. You know, I'm not here telling you what to do, ladies. I'm side by side with you. I'm building my business. I'm building my brand again. Now, you know, I'm adding women into this community. I'm getting women registered for the Friday call. You know, I'm working with women who want to be successful. I'm aiming higher with my delivery. I want you ladies to do the same. Step into it and let's make it happen. And I'll see you all soon. Mwah! So from me, the Utah sun, the mountains, corporate, Younique, the house of sisters. There's plenty in here. Amber's still in bed somewhere. I'm going to soak everything in today and I'll come back to you tomorrow, all right? Love you guys. Mwah! And I'll see you soon.